Greetings warriors, I'm Richard, also known as the Filthy Spaniard, one of the mods of the CompetitiveForHonor subreddit, and today I'm going to give you some tips on how to take your For Honor skills to the next level. If you want to be able to play like a pro yourself, then watching and analysing tournament gameplay is a great way to start. High level play involves a lot of fast decision making as well as good technical skills, and these are demonstrated in spades by professional players. Today we'll be going over some clips from the recent Dominion Series tournament and focusing on 3 skills that are essential for top players to have: being able to read your opponent, knowing how to make the most of your feats, and understanding how to pull off efficient coordinated ganks with your teammates. First up, making reads. CompetitiveForHonor is about much more than just reacting to your opponent. The most important skill for a top player to have is to be able to predict what their opponents will do ahead of time, known as making a read. From predicting where your opponents will go on the map, to which options they will use in a mix-up, making reads is vital in every aspect of gameplay. Take almost any clip of tournament level play and you will see evidence of players making reads and playing mind games, and this next example is no exception. Here we see how Stelo of Team Overeasy makes a great read on his Warmonger opponent to time out her Corruption Blade feat. After a successful dodge attack and a well-defended top-heavy unblockable mix-up, Stelo knows that the Warmonger is under pressure to land her Corruption. She unlocks, looking for an opponent who might be in range of her forward dodge heavy, but Stelo uses his zone attack to keep her in combat with him, as even if he does get corrupted, he's far away from the teamfight and it will have less of an impact. He then immediately starts backwalking to put himself out of range of her uncharged claw. She feints, so Stelo goes for a guard break, as he knows the Warmonger is now desperate to land a hit before time runs out. His read is rewarded as he catches the Warmonger in the startup of her bash, landing a heavy attack and successfully wasting the use of her potent corruption feat. As we've seen, making a good read is a far cry from just guessing. The key to getting inside the head of your opponent is to understand what they want to achieve and what factors are shaping their decisions. Imagine yourself in their position and what you would do to achieve their goals, and then use that plan against them. In the previous clip, we saw how feats can influence a player's decision making, and this is because feats are an absolutely critical part of Dominion gameplay. A team's feats are a limited and vital resource, and making the most of them relies on good timing in order to tip the scales in your favour. In this example, Nature of Team Pickup Truck makes fantastic use of his feats in a critical team fight on the enemy's home point. Seeing that his side is about to be outnumbered, he first uses Juggernaut to provide himself with some extra defense and survive whilst he's out of stamina. After seeing that one opponent is low on health and looking at his own renown, he realizes that if the opponent dies, he will get a defended point bonus, which will unlock his tier 4 feat, Fire Flask. To that end, he pops his tier 3 feat, Fury, which buffs his defense and damage, including Fire Flask's damage. The use of Fury and Fire Flask together is common, so players will often take a Warlord popping Fury as a sign to scatter. But because Nature uses Fury before he even unlocks the tier 4, his opponents are not forewarned of his plan. Which means when his prediction pays off, they are in perfect position to be hit by the powered up Fire Flask. And just to make sure, he uses his undodgeable zone attack to stop the Black Prior from rolling out of the danger zone. This is an awesome display of game knowledge and decision making, accented with a spectacular explosion of flame. Additionally, this clip highlights the importance of timing your feat usage within a match as a whole. This fight was really the moment where the whole match was won, as it allowed Pickup Truck to go from being tied to having a big point lead, which the enemy never recovered from. So make sure not to waste your feats on unimportant fights. But it's not just balanced team fights that are important moments in Dominion. Often, one team will have a numbers advantage, and making the most of these gank opportunities is critical for overall success. You want to be able to kill a lone opponent as quickly and efficiently as possible to prevent their team arriving to help them, and even out your advantage situation. Ganging up on an enemy and randomly throwing attacks will just feed them revenge and give time for more opponents to show up, so you need to know the specifics of what your character can do in combination with your allies. Most teams pick at least one character who specialises in setting up ganks, and often that is Centurion. His pinning heavies, fast kick and knockdown punches can all guarantee ally attacks, and he can chain together these short gank elements into devastating combos. Here we see a Centurion and Warmonger gank performed flawlessly by Solips Imamber of the team Missing Bones. From a landed Legion kick, the Centurion light attack guarantees the Warmonger's top heavy, then the Warmonger chains into her enhanced light attack, which prevents the opponent from dodging Centurion's charged punch. Timed perfectly, the knockdown from the punch guarantees the Warmonger's top-heavy finisher without interrupting the knockdown, allowing Cent to land his Eagle's Talons. But it takes practice to successfully use these timings. In this match against Your Days Are Numbered, the same pair of Solips and Amber fail this gank, giving revenge and leaving Solips to get ganked himself. The opponent's own kick stops Amber from throwing his heavy opener, and while he times his light attack correctly to guarantee the charged jab, he accidentally uses a side heavy finisher, which hits earlier than the top heavy and interrupts the knockdown, meaning that Solips' buffered Eagle's Talons input becomes a regular heavy. This is blocked, giving the opponent revenge and allowing them to isolate Amber, exposing Solips to the enemy Warlord and Kensei. This example really demonstrates how much practice and coordination can go into pulling off these brutal ganks, as even the top players can have one small slip-up that makes them completely ineffective. Working these skills and others into your gameplay is a matter of practice and patience. Every top player has a journey that got them to where they are today, and we hope that these insights will help you in yours. Thanks for watching, Warriors. For more tips and tricks, check out Gameplan and visit the CompetitiveForHonor subreddit and Discord. Links are in the description below. Good luck, and I'll see you on the battlefield.